Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy and we're gonna get straight into our explosive penny stock watch list. So we're gonna look at Humble here on the 30-minute time frame. So Humble had a very solid day today. We tested lows of around $2.90, but we did claw our way back. You can just see at these levels of support, we always have really great buyers come in and hold this ground. And then we ended up getting rejected by resistance, but we are trading above our 50 SMA, and our 50 SMA is just moving swiftly across and eventually will get through this channel. So I do believe if we get some good news in the next week or two, we will see a nice jump here in Humble. This pattern is concluding. Our 50 SMA is through the pattern and we are sitting above it. And so right now everything looks extremely bullish here on Humble. Can't wait to see how this one plays out in the next month. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SNDL on the 30-minute time frame. So we were up only 1.79%, but the thing with SNDL, it's been a pretty boring stock. We've just been trading sideways since about February. There hasn't really been any news supporting any positive catalyst for SNDL. We did see some macroeconomic positive catalyst with the legalization in New York State, but really we haven't seen too much company specific news to help SNDL. We had a tough earnings, and right now we are sitting below our 50 and between our 100, and so right now we are below our level of support and our 50 SMA, so we are still kind of in no man's land right now in SNDL. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN here on the 30-minute time frame. So IGEN was down about 0.42%. We are trading right below our 50 SMA and in between our 100 and 200. So we got a cross of our 100 and 200. So that was pretty good. And right now we need IGEN to get above our 50 SMA. As long as we are below this 50 SMA, we are bearish in the short term. We need IGEN to get back above this 50. And once we do, we will maintain our bullish outlook. But as of right now, we are kind of just bleeding down to the downside, looking for some sort of news to help IGEN pop. And so we will see with that Form 7 if we get anything really distinctive and if we get anything about the negotiations with those dealerships. And so as of right now, because there's been no news, not too many watchers on this stock, we're just kind of bleeding here to the downside on IGEN. Next stock of the day, and probably the most anticipated penny stock that we're going to be looking at here in the next week or two, Wdlf Social Life Network. I made a video on these guys yesterday talking about why I'm so extremely bullish in the short term. And so today we were up 1% on Wdlf. We broke down from our uptrend. You can see we had a solid break here to the downside. And then since that point, we were just kind of making our way back up. So right now with Wdlf on our 30-minute time frame, you can see our MACD did just cross over. That's extremely bullish. One thing I want to mention here on the weekly time frame is how our MACD is finally positive. So if we just look at the history of Wdlf, we have not really seen a positive MACD since about 2018, and so we were trading in between ranges of 7 cents and 25 cents. And so right now we are back above with a positive MACD, and I think our first level of resistance will be the 7 cents line, and then from there we will see where Wdlf wants to go. I think below 7 cents, everything you can get on Wdlf will be a steal. I do believe this stock has the potential to easily get to about 0.25 in about a year, but overall I think as long as we are below this long-term level of resistance, you can see this was a long-term level of support for Wdlf. We are the best we've ever been on Wdlf, and we are below that level of resistance. So it's pretty clear to me that we are in a very nice buying spot. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SEGI on the 30-minute time frame. So we were only up 0.53% today, but we did actually have some pretty bearish price action. If we track this uptrend line right here, you can see the price action has been treated very nicely as support along this uptrend. But recently we broke down from this level of support. We tested it as resistance. We got rejected. We bled down a little bit and then we got rejected again. And this was a pretty clean break. You see a really nice volume, but we had another clear rejection here on SEGI. Our MACD is now going downwards. And so in a place right now, we are in no man's land with SEGI. We really need it to get back above this level of resistance. I feel like once we get past this level of resistance, we will start to continue back in this channel, and we really would love to get back above this 50 SMA. But right now, today, we actually actually had some very bearish price action. Next stock of the day, we're looking at MJNA on the 30-minute time frame, down about 3.24%, but I am loving how these MJ stocks are trading. You can see they have been just trading flat, or they've been trading sideways with slight bleeding. And so with a stock that's been going sideways, I just look at future catalysts that could make these stocks run, and there are a ton of them. So I really like when a stock trades sideways with really good macroeconomic fundamentals, but also company specific fundamentals. And so while we are still below our 50 SMA, as long as we are above this uptrend line, we will maintain our bullish outlook. However, if we break this level of support, we will have a bearish outlook on MJNA in the short term. But I do believe we will just continue to trade in this upper part of this triangle, eventually break out, and eventually get back above this 50 SMA. And so overall, I'm really liking MJNA at current price levels. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ALYI on the 30-minute time frame. So we're up 3.77% here, and we closed right below our 50 SMA. So that was actually a very tough close here on ALYI, but as long as we are above this, it does look very bullish to me. And if I kind of just look at this on the 30-minute time frame, we could be having an inverse head and shoulders, this being the shoulder, this being the head, this being the shoulder, and this kind of being the neckline. And so if we kind of maintain this outlook, we should start to see a lot more pressure to the upside with ALYI. And if I just pull this out onto our daily time frame, I want to have a look at our MACD, and our MACD could potentially be curling right back up. So this looks like a very nice sign. If we get above this 50 SMA, it does look like our MACD will cross over, and that will be a very nice buying opportunity on ALYI. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HYSR on the daily time frame. So we're at 4.61 here on HYSR, but Sun Hydrogen is still in no man's land. You can see by our MACD, no buy signals just yet. In between the 100 and 200 SMA, if we get a test of this 200 SMA, that will be a very nice buying opportunity. So if you can get HYSR below 8 cents, I think that is a very, very attractive price to be buying, and this will coincide with our level of support. So this should be a very nice buying opportunity on HYSR. Next stock of the day, looking at ACDC on the daily time frame. So we're down 2.27%. But I cannot look at this chart the same. As long as this gap is still here, I can't see ACDC going up too much higher until this is full. And so right now we are trading very nicely along our 50, but I do want us to break down and fill this gap, because I think this gap will be a very solid gap to buy in on ACDC. And if we kind of just hover around this price range, our 50 will slowly claw up. And if we can get a gap fill with a back test of this 100 SMA, that will be an extremely beautiful opportunity to be getting in for ACDC. So those of you who are in this stock, still be very patient, because I can't see a long-term sustained run until this is filled. Next stock of the day, looking at High Tide on the 30-minute time frame. So High Tide was up 2.41%, still trading above our wedge, but the best thing about this is now our 50 is in this wedge. So if we do break down from this point right here, we will have a very nice level of support along this 50 SMA, and then we will also get that back test that we have wanted for so long. And so if we kind of just hover here sideways, I would not mind. This pattern concludes mid-April, and so I do still think we will finish out this pattern. I just think this is not enough for us to get going. We've had a lot of good news come out of High Tide, but we have not seen the price run up yet. So we're gonna need a lot more volume to run this one up. And I do think once we get a distinctive bounce off this 50 SMA, I think that will give more confidence to investors and potential shareholders that want to get into High Tide. There you guys have it. This is our quick little update on our explosive penny stock watch list. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. There's a free Discord chat link down below if you guys want to have real-time conversation with me, discuss ideas, and go over different stocks. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.